just trying to survive, and learn to love along the way. By Foreplay on AO3. Episode 86, Chapter 86, of Questions, and the Big Three. Dad? Shouta pauses. It's been a long time since Izuku stuttered around him. They've gotten so comfortable in their little family that Shouta hardly has to worry about his son being nervous to tell him anything. What's going on, kiddo? Izuku slowly sits on the couch beside him, and he looks over Shouta's work. He's in the middle of looking over an assignment for his son's classes. Shouta gets the feeling that Izuku isn't quite ready to talk, so he goes back to grading Kaminari's essay. He's pleasantly surprised with how well it's written. His students have improved so much since the start of the year. He'd like to think that it's because of him. But Shouta knows that they have frequent study sessions in the common room. Many of those don't stay as study sessions, but there are some days where his kids don't get distracted and actual learning happens. Does UA have any counselors other than Hound Dog? Now with an understanding of why Izuku's so nervous, Shouta puts down his papers to give him his full attention. We have a few designated for the older grades. Generally, students don't do stuff like study works until they hit the second year, so they don't see a lot before then. They'll probably see his class, though, since they've been through so much. So they won't see me then. I guess I could talk to Hound Dog. Izuku looks disappointed at the news. I don't see why they wouldn't. His son is silent. What's going on, Izuku? I can set up an appointment if you like. Shouta would like that as well. He's been wanting to suggest therapy to Izuku, but he doesn't want to push him too far. But he knows that things have been getting worse for him lately, so he can't help the pleased feeling that Izuku is seeking this out himself. Well, my nightmares have been getting worse after everything that happened. I think I should talk to someone. I was hoping to start before hero studies did. We're solving those in classes tomorrow, so I might not be able to get an appointment for you in time, but I'll see what I could do. Thanks, Dad. Izuku leans forward and proceeds to squeeze the life out of Shouta for a few seconds before letting go. If you don't mind me asking, why don't you want to go to Hound Dog? Izuku doesn't even hesitate before telling him. I know a few of my classmates go to him, and he helps them, which is great. But when I saw him after Kimino, we didn't really click, so I didn't go back. That explains it. Izuku's reasoning back then had been vague, but he and Hizashi never pushed him out of the fear that they would push him away. Thank you for telling me. I'll let you know when your appointment is set. Shouta stands, and with a quick hair ruffle for Izuku, he leaves the room. He has a call to make. Izuku forgets all about his discussion with his dad the next day. The Big Three demonstration is amazing. Okay, so it's mostly the miracle demonstration, but still. His quirk use is amazing. Izuku can't imagine what he would have been able to do with All for One if All Might had chosen him to be his successor as intended. If Mirio-senpai's fight wasn't enough, the Big Three decided to stick around afterwards and watch them train for the rest of the period. Izuku could see how nervous some of his classmates are, but Izuku can also see who their senpais are keeping an eye on. Nijiri-senpai is watching Uraraka and Asui spar, hardly looking anywhere else. Tamaki-senpai takes his time looking over each of his classmates, but his eyes keep getting drawn back down to Kirishima, and the way he easily takes Kachan's explosions. As for Mirako-senpai, Izuku keeps accidentally making eye contact. He's still paying attention to his spar, but every now and then his focus drifts to where the Big Three stand, next to his dad. By the end of the class, Izuku has no clue who won his fight. All he knows is that Mirako-senpai is approaching him, and he is a weird combination of anxious and excited. So, you're the kid Sir told me about to keep an eye out for. Izuku swallows, a little lost for words. He knew that, but it's another thing entirely to hear it from someone else. Yes. A wide smile breaks out on Mirako-senpai's face. Awesome! Sir is never interested in new students. When he asked me to bring you by, I didn't know what to think. You must be amazing! His face heats up. Well, I don't know about that. Nonsense! I look forward to working with you. I'm going to night at agency tomorrow, so I thought maybe you could tag along. Izuku stares wide-eyed at Miracle Senpai. He thought he would have to wait before actually going to his agency. Is that even allowed without a teacher? Maybe one escort Miru Senpai every week? Or maybe him being a third year is enough protection for them. Are you sure? Of course. So, what do you say? Izuku nods eagerly. Perfect. I'll pick you up from your dorms after class tomorrow. He gives Izuku a goofy grin, then goes back to the rest of the trio. What was that about? He jumps when Toshi speaks right behind him. He was offering to take me to his internship. He turns around and smiles at the look of excitement on his boyfriend's face. That's amazing, Zoo. Which agency is he at? Sir Night Eyes. Izuku does his best to keep a normal pace as they make their way back to the changing rooms. Wait, I thought you were staying away from all might-related heroes. I was, but Night Eye hasn't been connected to him for a while, and he's pretty cool on his own. That's good. When are you going? Tomorrow. I'll have to talk to my dads tonight about it first. Maybe one of them will escort them or something. Or maybe someone from the agency comes to pick them up. His dads will know. Or he'll ask them when he talks to them tonight. Izuku grabs Hitoshi's hands as they leave the changing rooms. He's still getting used to displaying that they're together so openly. But it's nice. Hey, can you help me with English? I don't really get some of Mike Sensei's questions. Toshi speaks up as they're nearing the dorms. Sure, do you want to do it at my dad's place? Then, if we get stuck, my dad will just get annoyed and help us. Toshi laughs loudly and follows Izuku as he makes his way to the elevator and hits the button for the top floor. Let's go. Oh my god, this was a pretty chill chapter. Nothing too big, nothing too small. We did not get to see much. I mean, it was just a pretty introductory chapter, you know. So, chapter 87 of Nerves and Night Eye. Summary. Izuku leaving the dorms, this time without his dads. What's the worst that could happen at here? Oh. Only warning I have are mentions of All Might and Night Eye being a dick. Okay, well, I was about to ask, like, oh, is Sir Night Eye gonna be a dick still? Yeah, I bet he still is. Great, amazing, wonderful, woo! Just amazing. So, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. As always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.